What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have for you some concentric exercises for pure power production. So real quickly, it is super important that you train the entire stretch shortening cycle. So the eccentric, the amortization, and the concentric phases of movements. But we are just focusing on power production right now. So in order to produce as much power as possible, you are gonna have to be really good and really efficient at every single phase. But if you're just focusing on the pure power production, the concentric phase, check out some of these exercises. There are also many ways to train for power production. You're gonna notice we do a lot of dead starts, right? Pulling off of a spotter bar, a lot of max effort stuff. So there's many ways to do it. If you watch our other videos, you'll see the countless ways that we like to train, but these are just some exercises for you to check out. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you're subscribed to catch all of them. Hope you guys like it. All right, the first exercise we are doing is gonna be a split jerk. This is not a split jerk at all. The first exercise we're gonna be doing is a hang clean off of the spotter bar. So as you guys can tell, we got a new cage. So we have, so these come with super sick spotter bars. So when it comes to doing pure production stuff, you can work just the concentric, right? So you don't have that stretch shortening cycle, no eccentric load or amortization phase. It's just off here, you're in that bottom position and you just produce power and pull from it. So you're gonna notice we do a couple things on the spotter bar. So if you have a setup like this, it's so good for power production. So you're gonna set up like your typical clean, knees slightly bent, here, big chest. You're just gonna make sure you still do the same things, right? Make sure you still jump, elbows come through, but you're just doing it here without a load. Next, we are doing a bench press off the spotter bar. So same thing as with the hang clean. This is pure power production. You don't have the load or any of that. You're just going straight from the bottom. You can do this a couple ways. You can put some heavy load on there, make it more strength, but since we're doing power, we're going pretty light and just press it as fast as you can, as explosively. So this is number 2. All right, so following in theme with pulling from spotter bars, we're doing a barbell RDL. So you're gonna get in that bottom position, nice and close to you. You're just gonna pull straight up. You can reset, pull up. With something like this, you might wanna go a little bit heavier to really feel it instead of like a hang clean where it can be a lot more powerful. This, you can still pull it super quickly, but I would recommend loading it a little bit more. Not like what you normally would do, but a little bit more than nothing. Split jerk off of spotter bars. So get in your bottom position, start square, press it up, jump, split your feet, lock it out at the top, reset. Still basically the same split jerk. We're just doing spotter bars with it. Really squeeze your core at the top. We're doing 2 variations of a squat. So the first one we're gonna do is just a regular back squat and just stand up explosively. And then we're gonna switch into a split squat, so more or less a lunge. So first one, just set up your typical back squat, big chest, feet hip width apart here. Stand up as fast as possible, reset it. When you get to the top, you can even push up onto your toes. Notice how I am. It's really important when we do power stuff that we get full extension everywhere. Like if we're going to jump, we push off of our toes. When we go to sprint, we have plantar flexion, right? So we're pushing off full extension. So when you're doing power, you want to make sure you train that way as well. So now going into the lunge, you're just gonna set up here. Whenever I do power stuff in a lunge, I don't really get like the full 90-90. I get a little bit closer as if I'm doing like an approach jump type of setup. So I'm here. I'm hot.
Yeah, because you're in a sweater.
Hey, cozy. You've seen this one, oh sorry, did I screw you?
No, I was like, are you gonna say anything?
We've done, you've seen this one a lot, trap bar speed pull. This is one of my all-time favorites, especially for youth athletes. So you set it up, we elevate it a little bit so you get in more of that sport-specific or jump-specific starting position. So notice how he pushes up on his toes as well. You can also do this in a split squat or a split stance if you would like to. Oh, he'll show you this right now. So you'll hit it, split stance. This one's gonna be a lot more sport specific, especially depending on like what sport you play. So these ones are awesome. Quick intermission, we are launching customizable online workout programs. So these are gonna be available for you guys tomorrow. Check out our social media at powerlux_fitness on Instagram and head over to our website, go to programs, and then it'll be customizable. So what we are doing is you guys can let us know exactly what types of programs you want, how you want them structured. If you can't get into the gym or if you don't live around here, we can still make some workouts for you. So make sure you check that out starting tomorrow. Box jumps are awesome when it comes to power production, but if you're trying to take out the stretch shortening cycle, so that eccentric and amortization phase, seated box jumps are phenomenal because you're in that low down position. You gotta just produce a lot of power to get up. So you can do this a couple ways. How he's doing it, feet square. If you want, you can go a little bit more split stance as well. Same like with what we said with the trap bar. But yeah, these are super, super awesome if you're just going for pure power production. The triple P. Whee! I'm really sorry I just missed this, but Spencer just ate shit so hard. Like walking backwards, tripping over the bench, one leg comes up, he like tries to grab on, but the bench lifts up. So he just like, one leg up, one arm goes up, and then he just goes smack. And it was just the best experience of my life. And if I had to do one thing over again, I would have hit the record button faster. So med ball exercises.
Glad you told that story?
What?
Glad you told that story?
Yes, I'm so glad. Med ball exercises, there are so many you can do. And if you watch our videos, you see like all the different variations that we predominantly like. But just for a couple to work with, you can do things that kind of take out that eccentric and amortization phase. So if you're doing like a med ball slam, starting high, right, it's just the pure power part of it. Even a chest pass, right, so we're here, you load a little bit with your hips, and loading is essential for power production. But if we're just working on the concentric, then you can just start kind of here and then you go for it, right, instead of dipping and going. Even if you do a shot put, you can start here, right? You're still going to get the rotational power, but that's part of the power production, that concentric part, going here with it like that. So that's totally fine. Even if you want to do like an overhead toss, right? Just start in this position. You don't have to get the full dip like you normally would, right? You can just start here and just up as high as you can. Even like a supine med ball chest pass, right? When you're on the ground, someone drops it and you push it up explosively, right? You can just start it here, catch it and go. So a lot of things you can do with the good old fashioned med ball. Don't trip. We can also do a lot of stuff with resistance bands or cables. So you can just do a regular press where it's loaded, press it out as hard as you can. You can also do these in a split stance, or you can do a press with a step, which is what we like to do a lot to get more full body into it. So press with a step. As you press, you step out with a foot. This one takes a lot of stabilization and strength as well, balancing and stabilizing at the top. And then you can also flip around. We can do some back stuff. So Spencer's gonna show you a shotgun row. This one gets full body in there. Start low, you hold that, and as you stand, you row it in. There, like I said, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with cables and resistance bands. So these are just a couple ideas to get you started. So we're doing a step up explosive jump. You're gonna push up out of that position as high as you can, stick the landing. If you can't stick the landing, then definitely do not do this. This one will be after you hit all the other phases to ensure that you have good ability to absorb force and load like this. So push yourself up as high as you can. This one's gonna be pure power production, right? Because you're starting in that fixed stance and all you're doing is producing power. What's power?
Morristown philosophy.
Boom. Final stuff, you can do anything with the sled. That's gonna be awesome. So we're showing you right now a sled explosive press. You can also do a sled sprint, even an explosive row. So stuff with the sled, that is just one of my favorite things to do for all things power, especially like this example right here. You see how he's releasing the power at the top or releasing the object. I've talked about this a lot of videos ago, the importance of releasing the object at the top when you're working on power. Because if you don't release it, then you're still having to like decel a little bit at the top. Like when you do, you don't have to do it again. Like when you do something with a bench press, right? Even if you push it up as fast as you can, you have to decelerate a little bit at the top, or else it's gonna fly out of your hands and smack you in the face, which would be no bueno. So stuff like with the sled, like what Spence just did, or anything with a med ball, allows you to release at the top, and that is fabuloso. Boom.